Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another RebelScum.com video review. Today we are looking at the Black Series, the Bad Batch number 5, Rika. This one has been highly anticipated. I mean, honestly, all of the Bad Batch characters have been highly anticipated, but I think Wrecker the most because he's kind of the heart and soul of the group, I would say. I mean, he's the most fun one. He's the most jovial. He's very enthusiastic about everything he gets to do. And when he doesn't get to participate in missions at any capacity, he's pretty bummed out about it because he wants to be a working member of the team. He wants to take out the bad guys. He's just happy to be there. And he's also the big guy of the group. Pretty much at this point in Star Wars, we can point out our big guys of the group. Usually it's Chewie, occasionally it's Zeb. In the Bad Batch's case, it's Wrecker. So here he is. Here he is in his box. He's one of the bigger figures. He's a more deluxe-sized figure. You've got that awesome artwork there on the side. On the back, you've got some words and things, as well as more artwork and his number. So you can see my box got a little beat up. Not bad, though. But there he is. He is standing proudly. You've got his helmet. You've got him. He's smiling. He's in a good mood. You've got his big knife. That's a knife. That's a big knife. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. That's pretty much it. Oh, and then there's also his blaster. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's get him out. See, I told you. Mine got beat up. All right. So here's his backpack, and that looks really cool. I really like the detail they did on his backpack. You've got that awesome Clone Force 99 logo with the skull right there on the back, and I like how it's not a white skull like on Hunter's armor or on Crosshair's armor. I like that it's just an outline pattern and in red. I think it blends in really well with the backpack. I think it looks really cool. It's a wider backpack than the ones that Hunter or Crosshair come with, and it's got a unique shaped peg that plugs directly into, well, his back. Here's his really big knife. That's a knife. For comparison, thank you, Hunter. Here's Hunter's knife. That's not a knife. That's a knife. You can see how much larger Wrecker's knife is in comparison to Hunter's. Here's his DC-15M blaster rifle, standard blast rifle that clone commandos typically use. Just like the one that Hunter comes with. Here is his helmet. I really love his helmet. They did a good job on that, getting all that paint detail on there, all the white striping, the 99 logo right there in the center. The teeth, it looks really good. And then, of course, here is the big guy himself. Here he is. Oh, he's so awesome looking. I like how beefy this figure is. It's nice and large. They did a good job upscaling his armor, too, because while he has larger armor than the rest of his brothers, it also is still based off of the Clone Commando armor. There are a lot of similar designs, but it has some upgrades, as you can see, because he's a bigger guy for you. And look at that face sculpt. That face sculpt just looks really, really good. They got the scarring done, that smile. I love that smirk that he has. The scars go all the way back up to here, and those are molded on there, so that looks really good versus just having them painted on. He is fully articulated. Head's on a ball joint, but there's also a ball joint in the neck socket. He's got those new fully articulated shoulders, and the shoulder pads are also individually articulated in that nice soft rubbery plastic, so they flex really nicely. No upper bicep joints, but he does have those new single jointed elbows, wrist joints, waist. It's an upper waist joint. You can see he's got a lot of mobility. And what's nice is The chest piece is a soft rubbery plastic also. As you can see, it kind of feels like it's just sitting on him, which I kind of like that, versus his chest piece kind of just being molded to his body. I kind of like that fluid feeling of it. That way it feels like the figure's actually wearing armor. Hips, upper thigh, single jointed knees, ankles, and that's pretty much it for articulation. He can hold his knife in his hand, or you can put it in its holster right there on his boot, or not boot, his shin. Like I said, his backpack just plugs right onto his back, so you just line up that peg there, and there you go. Now he's got his backpack on. I wish you could attach his blaster to his backpack somehow. That would be really cool, I think. Just like with Hunter, you can't really attach his blaster to his backpack, which, I mean, they usually don't, but sometimes they carry their blasters on their backs or somewhere else because they draw them from somewhere. So I wish there was somewhere to store them on the figure rather than having it to the side if you don't want to display it with the blaster in his hands. Here's his blaster in his hands, speaking of that. Which it looks, this blaster rifle looks so small in his hands. And then, of course, you can put his helmet on. It takes some positioning because of the new removable helmet stuff they've been working on. But once you get it positioned correctly, you can get it to where you don't really see his head poking out from underneath. You can still get that articulation, have him looking around. And he looks awesome with that helmet on. And then, of course, for comparison, here we have with his Sergeant, as Genji would say. There's Hunter. And then here's his other brother, Crosshair. And for the original team of 4, we're only missing Tech now. Hopefully soon we'll start seeing Tech. I know there was a weird brief period of time where he started popping up early with his wave of figures at, I think, some Walmarts and maybe some Targets across the country. I never saw them once in a store ever. That would have been awesome. But we'll see them soon and we'll review them soon. So stay tuned for that. But here you go. Here's the 3 so far. 3 of the 4, or of the 6 if you include Omega and Echo. And hopefully Echo's figure's coming soon. We know Omega was a pipeline reveal, but I don't think Echo's Black Series figure has been officially announced yet. Of course, it's rumored that he's coming. Hasbro's not going to not release him, but still, here we are waiting. And they look awesome side by side with each other. And of course, you can have their faces showing. There's Hunter's. You can do like sometimes Wrecker does in the show and kind of have his helmet partially on. There we go. I actually like posing him like that. I know it looks silly, but that's just part of his character and I love it. And then of course here is Crosshair. And they look awesome together. And there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this review here on RebelScum.com. Check out other Rebel Scum content in the form of articles and new videos all the time. And make sure you subscribe to us here on YouTube. Give us a like, and please leave comments. What are you excited about? What's the next Bad Batch character, even if it's not one of the core Bad Batch characters, that you're excited to see come out in toy form next? Let us know. Also, make sure you follow us on social media. That's it for today, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. And as always, may the Force be with all of you, you Rebel Scum.